All right, we are live. We are live in living color. What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And today, I brought the expert on. I brought the expert known as Odin from Odin's Movie Blog on. We were talking, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are they talking about? What are they talking about in this article? What am I not understanding? What am I not understanding, Odin? Help me out. Help me, Odin's Movie Blog. You're my only hope. So
I
we're
don't
gonna
even
give
think they know what the hell they're talking about, to be perfectly honest. That goes for Disney, the Hollywood experts, etc. I think they're
yeah,
just all
man.
pulling it out of their ass as soon as they.
It's crazy, man. So we're gonna give everybody time to jump in here. Let me share this on Twitter, even though I'm trying to stay off of Twitter. It's been glorious to not be on Twitter for the last few days. And let me see. So give us time. We're gonna talk about it. And again, man, I did my research the best I could on that article before I posted that video. I'm like, you know what, man? If Deadline made the mistake, then Deadline can own the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's see. Because it's been up for 7 hours, and let's see. We're live. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. So we've got 100 people, over 100 people. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Good to see all of you here. So I'm going to give time for everybody to kind of join in. I'm joined by Odin's Movie Blog, a straight white male Christian. Just so you know, movies are not made for him. No movies are made for him. He's not allowed to see any movies, according to Brie Larson.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad.
Brie Larson did not want me to see her movie. I did, and sure enough, she's right. It wasn't made for me, so I didn't like it. Yeah.
Oh man. So we're going to talk about this Deadline article where they said it's very, very strangely written, how it's worded. And I was talking to Odin. I'm like, dude, what do you think about this? And he's like, at first he was like, I think you misread it. But I was like, but if I misread it, then both things can't be true, because the guy is saying it's going to become break even at some point, but it should already be at break even. It should already be there based on the formula. Every movie is, you take the production budget and you basically double that for everything else. So the break even should be what, about $350 million for this movie?
So basically, the way it broke down is it cost about $155 million to make. You take half of that, add that to the $155 million, and then you have to figure out, okay, how do I get to that number? $400 million, 60% of that number. That's how you get to the break even. Why 60%? Industry standard says that studios will end up usually taking in about 60% of the entire box office total. So whenever you hear about Black Panther made $1.3 billion, okay, yes, the movie Black Panther brought in $1.3 billion in tickets, but 60% of that went to the studios and the rest went to the theater chains, or in some cases, the countries like China, which took 75% of its take of any movie, because that's what China does, because they're a bunch of commies. But
China. So let's do a screen share real quick. We got 250 people watching. Screen share. So this is what we're talking about. Okay, this is from Deadline. Okay, and this is the Deadline article, and it says Captain Marvel will pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with 750 million worldwide. Okay. Again, man, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that. Okay, there's a lot of different ways you look at that. That is a very strange way to write this.
Yes.
A very strange way. The point is, based on this article was written today, based on industry standards, based on how a movie is marketed and how it's budgeted, it should already be past break even based on what is brought in. So this article, two things can't be true. It can't already be breaking even, and this guy just misworded it. So my theory, again, Gloria Borger theory, okay? And I know I'm not supposed to give my opinion, all right? My theory, I'm breaking news right here, breaking news right here on YouTube, okay? Lightsabers out, okay? Lightsabers out. Now, I might be breaking news. I might be giving my opinion, but I'm not saying it's true. So here's what I'm thinking. I think Deadline has got some insider information that they are not supposed to be talking about. Deadline got the budget for what Disney paid Rotten Tomatoes to shut down the want to see list and to have the glitch on the audience score. And Deadline also got the budget for all of the movie tickets that Disney purchased, and nobody showed up. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's a theory that I'm throwing out there. So, Odin, you're the expert. Talk to me. What's
All
going
right.
on? What do you think?
So looking at this right now, you see those words. Captain Marvel will pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million. So when I read that, I saw, okay, so at some point between now and the end of the week, when it reaches $750 million, it'll break even. Now, people could read that to say, oh, 750 million is the break even point. I read that as, no, it's saying here, that's somewhere in between, but guess where it is now? In the article, in that same paragraph, it says what? 524 million. So either 750 million is the break even point, which is insane because it means that they spent pretty much
Rotten
more.
Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes. Just like PewDiePie said. PewDiePie said because Disney paid them
for sure. But no, but like seriously, like that's an insane amount of money because that would mean that they would essentially have spent their entire production, like twice their, basically it would have meant they spent their production budget a second time just in promotion, which to me is insane. And even more than that in order to reach that number if it was 750. But on the other hand, if it's not 750, then it's more than 524 based on this article. So it seems to me that this article knows that they spent, that the monies that Disney's been spending on Captain Marvel is a little bit higher than what the industry standard normally is, because the original break-even point that I had was 400 million. And so I was saying, oh, it's already broken even. It's already making money. But apparently, if this is to be believed from Deadline, and Deadline does have good sources, Deadline is pretty good when it comes to breaking the box office stuff. Unfortunately, they've lately started to add a little bit of their own, 2 cents in there, like, for example, break the glass ceiling for female-led picks. Oh, yes, that infamous glass ceiling that they've been waiting to break ever since 2016, but never did. So I think that what we have here is we have a situation that there's some insider information going on, and at worst case for them, 750 is the break even, which, holy crap, why in the hell would you spend that much money unless you're buying tickets, unless you're... I'm kidding.
You spend that much money if you're respecting women. That's what you do. If you are respecting women, if you respect women to that level, you spend $750 million. So again, I think there's a lot here. Okay. I think there's a lot here. I do think that we can look at this situation and go, okay, why are so many weird things happening with this movie? Why are there so many questions floating around that there shouldn't be? Why did Rotten Tomatoes get rid of the want to see? Like, look at the things that are going on. Okay, you can fucking say whatever you want. Okay, I know you motherfuckers are out there and you're upset because we keep talking about Captain fucking Marvel videos, and I'm giving you my word, I'm gonna make another motherfucking Captain Marvel video for you tomorrow. Okay, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. I apologize for your virgin ears, Odin. I do apologize. I do
earmuffs.
apologize.
You have to say earmuffs whenever you're going to curse, okay?
I'm so sorry. But you have to look. Okay, let's look at what's going on. Okay, I can chalk up the social media pictures of empty theaters to potential people trolling and being funny online. That's a very easy thing to do. Okay, very easy thing to do. But the situation with the want to see happening in the moment where Captain Marvel fell to 26%. It went from 94 to 26%, and then suddenly, poof, the want to see button goes away. That's one instance, just one, okay? Then they had a glitch on the audience score, and it just happened to be on Captain Marvel. Okay, seriously now, at some point, you've got to be a little smarter than to just buy that BS, okay? Like, come on.
Especially since, so when the 50,000 reviews just randomly disappeared, that's when I started my 14-hour live stream. And in the live stream, which I still have, it shows when it has and is building up to 50, 52%. And then when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the 50,000 come back, and then all of a sudden they disappear again. So if it's just a glitch, why is it that it's consistently going up and up and up and up and then, oh, they're back. Oh, wait, now we're going to take them back again. But the percentage is going to be the same. So either they're incompetent and their webmaster should be fired, or they're playing with some numbers behind the books and they're getting caught.
Yep.
I'm more prone to believe that
Yep.
other option.
This is a very important question. Rudiger Houston says, "Hey Jeremy, have you thought about doing an issue of Playgirl?" They've made me offers, but they can't afford me. So when they're willing to actually put some real money on the table, they may be able to earn my services. But up until that point, look, man, if you can't bring the cash, then you're not going to get the above average goods. Okay. So
ladies and gentlemen, it costs a lot to keep up that perm. And so he is asking a lot just for that alone. Like I would say 75% of what he's asking them for is just the hair. And,
hey, man, takes a lot.
Come on. Takes a lot to maintain, I'm sure.
Rudiger says, laughing my ass off. Thanks for the answer. I'm here to please the audience and potentially the Playgirl audience if the money is right. If the money is right. Okay. Kyle Jordan says, I'll donate $100,000. You know, $100,000 might make it happen. I might consider for $100,000. I'm more into the like million. Like I need about a million. I think a cool million. I'll have my people contact your people, and I can start the discussions. But hey, man, it's if you want the goods, you got to pay good money for it. So all right. So hey, Shawn Michaels did Playgirl. I know. Shawn called me. He's like, Jeremy, I need some advice. He's like, I know you've been a ladies' man for a long time, and I'm kind of new to that, and so I gave Shawn Michaels some really good advice. He was good kid. All right, anyway, let's get back on point here. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. Simple request from a simple man. If you're just joining us, there is an article on Deadline that I covered here on the channel, and it's very, very, it's confusing to say the least. It's confusing in more ways than one. So. I brought Odin on because Odin is our box office guru. He's our expert. He's the man. He's the myth. He's a legend and the Christian. And and so we're trying to make sense of this. And like I said, again, if you tell me that the want to see situation on Rotten Tomatoes happened, okay, one little issue, I may not believe you, but I'm at least going to give you some benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe you were planning on doing this and it just happened during Captain Marvel. But then you're going to tell me that there's the audience score glitch that's never happened before, and it just happened to happen on Captain Marvel just a few weeks removed from you removing the want to see button that you claimed didn't come from Disney's pocket, their payroll. None of this stuff is adding up. Then you add the other things that are a little more hard to believe, I guess, with the empty theaters and the lack of enthusiasm out there, the bad reviews, the strategic release of this movie. So many things are so questionable about this movie. And either you get that or you don't. And again, I know a lot of people get mad at me when I say this. I'm a Disney fan. I love the Disney theme parks. I love Walt Disney World. I love Disneyland. I love old school Disney movies. I love Toy Story. I love Pixar. I love old school Disney. I'm a Disney fan. I will still call them out on their bullshit because being a fan, I'm a different type of fan than the rest of these pork wallets out here that are just interested in getting press passage so they can show up with their date or they can impress this chick that they claim that they respect, but they really just want to bang, so they can get up on the red carpet and show off to woke Twitter and all that shit. I don't care about that. I'll pay my money to get into Walt Disney World. I don't need your free fucking tickets. I don't need your free movie premieres. I don't need your Star Wars Celebration press passes. I don't need any of that shit. So when I see Disney being overrun by political pandering that's ruining the stories that I grew up loving, then I'm going to call that out. So you can call me a Disney hater. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But we're here to expose the truth. And there is a lot of questions around this movie. Odin has been doing a great job covering it on his channel, as so many other people have been covering. John Talks has been doing a great job. Jesse has been doing a great job. And so it's just, there's so many good people. Doomcock has been dropping some bombs on everybody, and I'm loving it. And so, but anyway.
Oh, and I've got some more fuel to add to the fire. And so now I've got a Screen Rant article up. You all know how great Screen Rant is, right? And I was looking up to see, I wonder if anyone else has covered, the budget and, how much it would be to break even. According to Screen Rant, the break even point is approximately 304 million worldwide. So what we have here is we have two so-called legitimate news sources, because remember, remember, YouTube decided to change Brie Larson and Captain Marvel into newsworthy. And so that way, nor trustworthy, newsworthy websites could get first dibs because that's what it's all about. Well, one of these so-called trustworthy sites is saying 304 million. Yet another one, Deadline, is saying between 524 and 750. So what is it? This, to me, makes it very clear that they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're obviously covered for this movie, and they don't want you to know what the actual break-even number is, because my guess is they spent way too much on the marketing for this film because they knew they had to, and because they knew if they didn't, it wouldn't make money. So this is very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, and now here's something that this is very reminiscent of Batman v Superman to me, and we all know Batman v Superman. I don't care if you love these movies. I don't care if you're a Zack Snyder fan. If you don't admit that that movie failed, then you're not paying attention. They thought that movie was going to do $1.5 billion, and it should have done $1.5 billion. Iron Man 3 did $1.3 billion, for crying out loud. Okay. Iron Man 3 did. If Batman and Superman are in the movie for the first time together, it damn sure better make $1.5 billion minimum. Okay. But it didn't. And once it started slowing down, it was pretty much immediately. It had a big drop on Monday, and it didn't even open as strong as they wanted it to. But they started talking about the budget for the film and what did it need to break even. And this is an article on comicbook.com, and it says Batman v Superman. Is that flickering for you on your end? My screen?
Yes.
Is it? All right, let me stop it. I don't know what just happened there.
You're going to set off all the people that might have.
No. Okay. So right here on comicbook.com, it says Batman v Superman, they say, was incredibly expensive to make. A lot of analysts have said that 800 million is the magical break-even number for the movie, since it costs around 400 million between production and marketing, yada, yada, yada. Warner Brothers, the new article states, disputes the 800 million, saying those estimates are inflated, but offers no specific number on its own. This is starting to sound eerily similar to Batman v Superman. Now, Batman v Superman, they thought was going to make a lot more money than it made, and it didn't because word of mouth started killing it. With Captain Marvel, I don't know what they expected Captain Marvel to make, but I do know that they expected you and me and the general audience specifically to expect a Captain America, Iron Man type of movie. That's what they were building this up to be. They were building this up to this is a character that the world has been just sitting around waiting for Captain Marvel to make her big screen debut. That's how they were treating it. And that's not the case. It just wasn't.
No.
And so now we're getting, again, and I'll go back to the Deadline article if you're just joining us. This is what we're talking about right here. This is what's causing all the confusion right now with the video I just uploaded. Captain Marvel will pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million. Now, there's a lot of ways you can look at that. You can look at that and say, oh, well then, and I'm going to do what I got to do to get my, best headline for my video, because that's what we do on YouTube. But seriously, like it says, you're not leaving me anything to work with here. You're basically saying it will break even with $750 million by the time it hits 750. Now, that could mean that it will break even at 525 million, or that could mean it breaks even at 750 million. You're not giving me a lot to work with there. The point is, it should already be at break even based on the information we have. Mm-hmm. It should already be at break even with 524 million. So my theory, and it's just my theory. I'm not presenting this as fact. I'm not presenting this as the owner of Geeks and Gamers. I'm not presenting this as the above average Jeremy. I am just presenting this as a random guy with a Star Wars hat and some fucked up curly hair that's looking at something on the internet. And I'm saying, hey, maybe they're inflating the numbers because they have insider information about how much Disney paid Rotten Tomatoes to glitch the audience score. Or maybe they have insider information on how much Disney spent on all of those movie tickets that nobody showed up for over the weekend. I'm just saying. So, so we have more people watching. Stephanie, how are you? Star Wars for Life, how are you? Thank you, everyone, for joining. And drop links to Odin's movie blog, his channel. Where are you at, Odin, on subs now?
15,500. Yeah, I just
That's
broke 500, 15,500. And then my second channel, 10 subs away from 1K for the Welcome to Asgard channel. So
nice.
Yes, indeed.
Where's Helicopter D Jeremy? I remember Helicopter D because I used to go after the trolls and call them mosquito dicks. I was like, I'll smack you with my helicopter. All right. Anyway, all right. So all right. In your honest opinion, Odin, looking at this Deadline article, okay,
Yeah.
You are the box office expert. Honest opinion. I've got it up on the screen now. Tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of this Deadline article.
So because I generally speaking, I trust Deadline when it comes to its sources. It's very good at breaking things open. Normally before Box Office Mojo even updates, Deadline has the information and gets it out there, and it's normally accurate. So I would take this statement as being true. And so based on that, it tells me that the break-even point has to be between 524 million and 750 million. And if that is indeed the case, that means they spent a crap ton on marketing, more on marketing. Now, of course, it's always nice to speculate and dive down the rabbit hole saying, oh, maybe they paid the theaters and maybe they bought the seats and paid off Rotten Tomatoes and all this stuff. But in the end, I think it's actually worse to say they spent that much on marketing, because if you're spending almost your entire budget, if not more, on marketing a film, that means that your film is not being accepted. That means your film, or at least maybe you don't have enough confidence in your film. And to me, that definitely screams, oh my God, we need to front load this movie, have one of the biggest openings ever, because it's not going to have the legs in order to make it all the way. And if China's an indication of that, seems like we're going to be going that direction coming this weekend. But that's what it tells me. It tells me that their marketing budget was a lot higher than what is normally given for any given film. And you don't have that kind of a high marketing budget unless you are trying to make up for lost ground and you don't have confidence people are actually going to watch your movie.
Good stuff. So that's that's why I wanted Odin on here, to get his perspective, and because he does such a great job of covering the box office for us. So we got a few super chats we need to read really quick. I see you guys thinking I'm bald. Look at that hair.
It needs a new perm.
Look at that.
Guys, please super chat so that way he can afford his damn perm. Okay.
No.
His
it's
hair
finally
used to be curly, and now it's
finally straight. It's finally straight for the first time. And it's wonderful. And I'm never cutting my hair.
It brings an entirely new definition to a straight white male. And I'm just saying, Chris Hemsworth, I'm gonna keep letting my hair grow, and you're gonna have some competition, brother. Okay. So oh no, you got the waves, man. You rocking those waves now. Oh man, wave check.
It is long though. Look how long my hair has gotten, dude. Look at that.
Oh, that's a wave check. That's a wave check right there. That's a wave check right there.
Yeah, it's getting long. It's getting very long. But anyway, okay, a couple super chats. Breakfast at Jeremy says, "Hey Jeremy, have you heard of a possible Knights of the Old Republic series announced? If it's possible, do you think it will be SJW?" I mean, that rumor's been going around for a long time, but the problem is I don't think anybody at Lucasfilm knows what Knights of the Old Republic is.
Wait, there's an EU? Wait, there's an extended universe? Oh, wait, didn't we write that off because we just didn't understand it and didn't want to go through it? And so we just, just totally was like, oh, we'll just write everything off and then make our own new canon because we're lazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. So I right now, like I've got a video coming out tomorrow where I'm talking about something that's happening with Star Wars right now. And that'll just get everybody crying because now I'm back to Star Wars. Like, oh my God, he's talking about Star Wars again. Go back to Captain Marvel. And then I'll talk about Captain Marvel. Like, talk about Star Wars. You can't keep them happy. But I have no confidence in Lucasfilm as they are currently structured, period. No, I just don't. Yeah. I have none. So Kyle Jordan Gaming says car video. You guys love the car videos, don't you? And that's good because I love making the car videos. They are my favorite things ever. And I can't wait to I guess I'm driving the Z to Celebration, and my God, the gas mileage is going to be.
God, you're driving to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm driving the Z car. Also, it gets like this thing gets like 12 or 13 miles to the gallon. Man, it's going to be awful. I am going to. I might
So
have
you're
to.
gonna leave on maybe Monday, Tuesday?
I may have to. I may have to contact Playgirl about the offer and just say, look, I need it for gas money to make it to Chicago and the Z because this is insane. So, the Price is Right review. Sup, party animals. Disney just can't help themselves with their BS. If Captain Marvel can't beat Aquaman, that's when you know you done messed up. Ron. That's right. That is true. That is true. Yeah, it's not. There's no way Captain Marvel's going to beat Aquaman because women would rather go see Jason Momoa than Brie Larson. There you go.
Again, from Disney themselves, they've admitted that 60% of their audience was male. Like, this is just, it's great. It's just so great. There's just so many great narratives coming out of this movie. And yeah, it's making money, but who cares? Honestly, who cares? This is so fun. This is just hilarious.
Yep. If you're joining us, we'll get back to the thing about the 750 million from Deadline. We're breaking that down, but I want to catch up on a couple of these super chats real quick. Somebody says, let's see, Maverick says, Jeremy, what is the game in the N64? Where is my N64? Oh, Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire. Damn right. Great game. Let me see. Where we at? Kyle Jordan Gaming says, I'll donate $100,000. Just talking about for my Playgirl, spread, which, again, you're going to have to spend a little bit more than that. I'd like to get a new paint job on the Z and everything like that. So, anyway, Clay B, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. The Price is Right review. Yay, Jeremy, you and Playgirl, you chicken leg feature. Well, I got 3 legs. So, all right. Anyway, Stone Cold Jeremy, I don't think Playgirl accepts guns in soy pants. Ty Timmons, Marvel threw Brie Larson's character up on a pedestal. She did not earn her place in the MCU. It was handed down to her like the privileged white male she hates. Hashtag Captain Privilege. Couldn't have said it better myself. Could not have said it better myself. She didn't earn this. She walked in there and she treated everybody like, like they owed her something, like she built this entire universe. And all I got to say, if you really want to know just the general consensus on this, go watch PewDiePie's latest video. He destroys her, and it's beautiful. And it's just like he's coming at it from just like a logical place. Like he doesn't care about the Marvel movies anymore. He's already said that. He said that a year ago, but he just looks at it and goes, like Disney paid Rotten Tomatoes, like it's obvious. We all know this, so it's unbelievable. But Quinn Chills, thank you for the super chat. Kill Bill is my favorite female-led movie or lead movie ever. So I ask you, what's yours and why? Keep it up, bud, from Canada. Favorite female-led movie ever? I've never thought about my favorite specifically female-led movie. I mean, Wonder Woman is definitely near the top. I don't know if Terminator 2 is considered a female lead. I mean, obviously that's Arnold's the lead. You know what I mean? Aliens. I actually prefer Aliens over Alien, but it's probably Aliens. I think. I gotta think about that, man. What do you have? You got an answer?
Oh, I do, and it's actually a very historic film because it was, truthfully, historically, it was the only first female-led Marvel film, Elektra.
Oh,
very nice. Captain Marvel, first
very
ever.
Nice.
Oh, we say MCU. She's not a part of the MCU. Okay, sure. Go ahead and keep on making up your fate stat. Oh my God, she is the highest grossing blonde woman ever on March 8th to ever make over $20. Oh my God, it's brilliant. Seriously, that's the kind of stats they're throwing out now. All these so-called records. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Yep. So yeah, I would have to say right off the top of my head, it's probably Aliens. And I was a late bloomer on the Aliens movies. I didn't see them when I was younger. I don't know. Maybe it was because my parents thought that they were a little too, adult themed for the scare side of things. So I just never watched them as a kid, and I only watched them several years ago. I know Alien. I think Alien is considered the better one, I think, but I prefer to Aliens because it was a little more action packed.
Depends on what kind of genre, because Aliens is the action film. So people like that film if they're action film fans. Alien is the horror sci-fi. And so if you're a horror sci-fi fan, you'll like Alien more. So it's definitely not a consensus of one's better than the other. It's whatever genre you're drawn to,
Mhm.
that's the movie that you're going to choose in the end.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So that's a good question, though. That's a good question. And Kyle Jordan Gaming says Solo 2 Electric Boogaloo. Bruce Lombardo, the last time a blonde woman had this much fun filling seats in the auditorium, Trump got elected. Yes. Hi, all says it's time to shut up and smile for car video. I love how you guys talk about car video, even when we're not making a car video. It makes me smile so much. Okay, I'm going to put myself on the spot here, okay? I'm going to try to do this next week, probably. God damn, it's going to cost so much, but I'm going to do it. Next week, Odin, if I can make it over to New Orleans.
Yeah.
In the Z, you willing to do a car video with me live streaming?
As long as I'm available, absolutely.
Well, I'll work around your schedule. So
okay.
So you guys want to see that? I want to see clap emojis, two claps if you want to see me drive to New Orleans sometime next week. Get with the Odin and we do a live stream clap car video. How about that? You guys want to see that? It'll be the first time Odin and I have ever met.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm going to stop by on my way.
I know.
Hey, man, I just drove by. I just decided to wave out the window because...
To be fair, most times I pass, or every time I pass through, it's usually been like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I doubt you wanted me to stop by. But yeah, a lot of clapping. So people,
oh my God, look at all those colors too. Representation
matters at Geeks and
right.
Gamers.
Yep.
So yeah, it looks like we're gonna make that happen. RC from NYC. Hey Jeremy, go style out that fullet Florida mullet. I like that. So see, this is what you guys get when you bring up car video randomly. Like if you would have kept bringing up car video, I would not have thought about like throwing that idea out there. So there you go right there. What's up, Mecha Random? Mecha Random, have you hit 30,000 subs yet? Mecha Random is doing a great job lately. Her channel's killing it. She's been all over the Captain Marvel craziness, Star Trek Discovery. She's been on it. So congratulations to you, Mecha Random. You're doing a fantastic job, and we're all very proud of you. The Glass Dragon.
I got 2 more subs until 1K. I'll welcome to Asgard. Let's get those 2 more subs, please.
Drop that link.
Damn right.
Let's see. The Glass Dragon. What if they've spent a lot of money on the reshoots like Soilo? I don't know if anybody can spend as much money as they spent on Soilo for reshoots. My God, man. My God. The incompetence of Kathleen Kennedy.
$200 million loss. $200 million loss.
Yeah,
and the only reason why is because of the reshoots. Had they not done the reshoots, it would have broken even. It would have been profitable. It wouldn't have made a lot, but it would have been profitable. Seriously, the fact that, and that's the reason why I honestly believe Kathleen Kennedy's done, is because of that business issue. I think she made such a bad business decision that again, she's a figurehead. I really honestly believe that.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. And I agree with you. Let's see. Biznitsky says, let's make our own canon, make it SJW and double woke and extra broke. That's pretty much what they've done too. Did you get to 1,000?
Yeah, 1,013. Thank you guys so much.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
So we got 1,200 people watching. So let's go ahead and do a recap of what we're talking about. So I just released a video where I'm talking about this Deadline article where there's a very interesting little nugget of information that they just kind of casually mention. And it can be interpreted different ways, I guess. I just don't think that there's any way to interpret this. Like both things can't be true, I guess is what I'm saying. And so this is the article right here. And they were talking about Captain Marvel's box office. They had a good day, I think at 14 million or whatever today.
But be specific here. After scoring the 3rd best Monday in March, yesterday it had the 2nd best Tuesday. It's like I can't believe it. Had this been like 5th or 6th, they still would have covered it. The 5th best opening, the 6th. It's like, just shut up.
Yeah, stop. I know. It's unbelievable. So this is the article, and it says right here, Captain Marvel will pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million. Now, worldwide. Now, again, it's saying that it's already at $524 million. Okay? That's what it is as of today, which is a fantastic number. Nobody's disputing that. Okay? Nobody's disputing that. That's a great number after a couple of days. No doubt about it. Now, you have to look at that number in context as well, because there's a lot to this. Now, the problem is 95%, hell, probably 99% of people don't pay attention to this stuff, okay? So they don't know that most films do not release worldwide all at the same time, all in the same areas. They just don't. They strategically released this film in as many areas as they could worldwide so they could have the most inflated number possible for that worldwide headline. That is the truth. This is the problem with having a bunch of normies that don't follow this stuff, yet they want a virtue signal and they want to sit here and try to say stuff to us. Like, we know what the fuck we're talking about, okay? I'm not saying we're going to be 100% right on everything we say, because guess what? We live in a world where people make mistakes, people make predictions, and sometimes those predictions don't come true, but SJWs don't understand anything about owning something you said, didn't say. They like to invent things. So like they're trying to say that I said this movie was going to flop, even though I consistently said it would do over $100 million opening weekend domestically. That's what I said. Notice I never made a worldwide prediction, because it's nearly impossible to make worldwide predictions because there is not a specific template to follow on worldwide releases. So you never know what a film is going to do because you don't know how many territories it's opening in, yada, yada, yada. And so, Odin, you probably know this better than me. You know what I mean? Like, this is all just, it's a game they're playing, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with them playing this game, but you need to understand that they're playing this game. Got anything to add, Odin?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this this dude, Jacob's Quest.
Oh, he's so mad at me. He's so mad at me.
Oh, yeah, 10 minutes ago. This is his new headline. They're now claiming that Captain Marvel would have to break even at $750 million in order to break even. Despite the budget and marketing not costing nearly that much, the stupidity will never stop. Thank you, Jacob's Quest. Yes, because that's what we're claiming. Notice, it's so funny because he has a picture of my face. Thank you for the promotion, by the way. My beautiful face, my lovely face. And it says Captain Marvel needs $750 million to break even. Exclamation point, question mark. Which, if you don't, obviously he didn't go to school. So Jacob's Quest, if you're watching right now, go back to school. Take an English class. Question marks mean, oh, who knows? Maybe, could be not.
Savage Odin has entered the chat. Savage Odin is here. Awesome. Love it. So yeah, man. So that's what we're talking about. So yeah, let me get back to this screen. So, I mean, again, we can interpret this several different ways. We can, and you can interpret it however you want. I'm interpreting it exactly how I read it. And that's basically telling me that once it hits 750 million worldwide, it will be at break-even standpoint. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean 650 million is the break-even? Does that mean 700 million is the break-even? Does that mean 749 million is the break-even? Or maybe they have numbers like the Rotten Tomatoes payroll that we're not aware of. Maybe they have those numbers. Maybe they have those. I don't know. Maybe they have the budget for what it costs for them to fill all of these theaters with all of the people that never showed up opening weekend. I'm just saying, interesting questions. That's all I'm saying. So now that we have 1,400, Odin, let me go ahead and have you kind of give your quick version of how you interpret that article for everybody that's tuning in, and what do you think they're saying?
Sorry, I just got another tweet. This guy has tagged me now in like 6 straight posts, and it's like, dude, don't send the same link to me 10 times. I'm about to block him just for scamming me with this, but this is the number. He's like, oh, but the numbers, they've changed. And so he says, this is the update. Disney has yet to release its morning figures, but rivals are figuring that Captain Marvel came in with $154 million. And apparently the change was that at the very end, it says, and it's, let's see, film finance executives are saying that Captain Marvel will hit 750 million global plus, even if it is front loaded, and pass break even in its theatrical cycle based off combined net production and global marketing costs of $300 million. So Deadline apparently is claiming it costs $300 million when you add the production budget. And also, but guess what that means? That means they spent more on marketing than typical films do, because 155 production budget. Oh my goodness. Wait, but that means they spent $145 million. Wait, did I get my math right? Did I? Because I went to school. Did you go to school? I don't know. Did you go to school? I don't know. The teacher's in session. The teacher's in session right now. So shut your mouth. So I'm gonna. So basically, all you're telling me is that they spent more on marketing for this film than for a lot of other films. And why do you think they would have to do that? Why would they have to do that? Why?
It's almost like nobody wanted to see the movie.
And now that I have that number, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you a new break-even number. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to go ahead and crunch some math real quick and come up with a new break-even number. So
go for it, Odin. For it.
Will do.
Oh, it's so good to have such talented and intelligent people representing Geeks and Gamers. It's so wonderful. And what's great too is that so many people now Geeks and Gamers, if you have the G+G in anybody, you are all welcome on Twitter, whatever, to put the G+G in your bio or whatever, because you will get spam blocked by a lot of people if you have any kind of Geeks and Gamers representation at all. They will block your ass just for being affiliated with me and this channel and all of us, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Let's see. You'll see. I'm trying to read the chat here. Okay, so we got a couple more super chats. Let me catch up on real quick, and then we will do another recap. Thank you all for joining. Smash that melee button if you do not mind. Simple request from a simple man. My name is Jeremy. I am the owner of geeksandgamers.com. And we're talking about Captain Marvel because that's what we do here. We're going to rename it the Captain Marvel channel because that's what everybody's saying. You might as well rename it the Captain Marvel channel, Jeremy. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. How about that? Okay? So if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. Your subscription, every time you subscribe, you are creating a new social justice warrior tier right from their eye. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We accept everybody here that's not a crazy SJW. I don't care about your politics. I don't care about your political beliefs. I don't care about your religious beliefs. I don't care about who you fuck. Maybe sports is going to be a problem. Like, you know, if you don't worship the greatness of the New England Patriots in Alabama, I don't know if you belong here, but you know, outside of that, I guess I can make a pass for that. I guess I can make a pass. You're also going to have to be a fan of car video because car videos are a thing here at Geeks and Gamers. We are going to copyright that and we're going to make that our new meme review style show. I'm going to drive all over the country and we're just going to hang out with people and do clap car videos. Okay. Where we at? Darth Bobcat, you need a permanent solution. Well played on the words. Permanent solution. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see, H347H, have you seen the Shazam reviews yet? They knew Captain Marvel sucked, so they released them early. I did see that. And shout out to DC for trolling the hell out of Marvel. Love it. John Joseph Gray. Hey, Jeremy, how are you doing tonight? I personally don't think that Captain Marvel will break even because of Dumbo. Then after that, Shazam. When is Dumbo coming out?
It's towards the end of March. So, and I've just so that way you guys know, I have updated the break-even number. The break-even number is now $100 million higher than it was initially from me. So the break-even number is indeed $500 million, which it has made. So again, it's still broken even, but it is still interesting that the Deadline article still reports 524 million and then says by the end of the week, it'll have 750 and break even between that point, which again, even though Deadline has said $300 million is the reported budget, if the break even is somewhere in between, well, then obviously we got ourselves a little bit of a question of where's the money?
Love it. Odin, I'm just going to go ahead. Obviously, you're going to have to do a video for your channel on this. So
I'm trying to. I listen to my subs. Like I listen to people that love me. And I've gotten some very warm-hearted messages from mine who are like, "We love you and we love your
Captain Marvel.
Can you talk about something else just a couple of times?" And I'm like, "All right. You're my fans. Like these are people that have been watching me for a long time." And I'm like, you know what? I respect you. Like, thank you for coming and talking to me, courteously and everything. That's why today I did an entire video on why Disney is just running out of original ideas. And I mentioned Captain Marvel maybe once or twice because it was relevant to the Disney discussion. But yeah, I think that I'm definitely gonna have to make one though, if it's okay with my.
Or you can make it for Geeks and Gamers. That's fine with me. I don't care.
That's cool too. That's cool too. Yeah. Tina doesn't want me to do math. Tina, one of my Valks doesn't want me to do math. I'm sorry, Tina. I gotta do the math. If I don't do the math, who is? Deadline.
We need
this dude on Twitter. This dude on Twitter who can't even do basic English. What's his name again? Jacob's Quest. Yeah, Jacob needs to go on a quest to school. That's what Jacob's quest needs to do right now.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Star Wars for Life says Jeremy and Odin have a good night, and she has to go to work. So thank you, Star Wars for Life. Thank you, Ruthie. You're the best, and you know that. Jim Pacific, last days have been fascinating. Really enjoyed your coverage. Lots of fun ahead. Rotten Eggs is the first loser. Absolutely. Again, we're going to, if you're just joining us, we're going to recap everything we're talking about. We are talking about this Deadline article that is very suspicious and very, very interesting. And it's bringing up a lot of questions because, again, if we're to believe that this, like, let me get into it, but like both things can't be true. Ultimately, both things can't be true. It can't be a mistake or a typo. But at the same time, go, yeah, because it's already broken even. You've got a $524 million figure that's made as of now. That would mean $500 million based on Odin's numbers and based on the industry standard. That means it's already broke even, but you're saying it's going to break even by the time it hits $750 million. It doesn't make sense. This article was up 7 hours ago. There's a comment on the article where it's asking like, yo, wait, this thing needs $750 million to break even? What's up with that? And nobody answered. There's no editing going on this article. So I don't know. So there's just a lot of good questions. Okay. Ricky says 750 million. Just watch your Disney Panics video. How much was the production cost? If you have to acquire some websites, I guess you might have to grease some pockets. Yes. I agree. Bazinski, thank you for the super chat. Lane Happel says, Jeremy, Adam Warlock is supposed to be the savior in Infinity War source material. Why is Kevin ignoring his character? You already know the answer to that. He's a white male. That's it. As simple as that. Why are they ignoring Monica Rambeau? Because that's not in their woke description. They're supposed to get the privileged white girl to prance out there and talk about how, oh, all of you sad minorities and other women, I'm here to grace you with my great white privilege, and I'm here to help you little people. This is what she does. It's what it comes down to. Kyle Jordan Gaming, the MCU was fourth in the West till Larson was hurt. I know a lot of people aren't going to appreciate that, but I do. And you're talking about LeBron and the Lakers. I respect that, Kyle Jordan. Gene the Machine, it seems the SJWs are too expensive to sell. That's just very true. Ben Jones, what I'd like to know is how much of the box office numbers are based on tickets bought in promotions and how many of those were actually used? That's a very interesting question that a lot of people are talking about. Odin, any thoughts on that?
I mean, that's like one of the hardest things to find is because and this is, again, where the sketchiness comes in. Because I remember there were articles that came out years ago for possible, playing around with the box office numbers. I think there were actually studios, and I think China actually got sued.
As a matter of fact, hang on, because John T. Net just sent in a great super chat. Report, friend at Shanghai owns 3 small theaters there. Disney revenue from China, 26 to 33% of box office receipts, depending on city and theater chain. Bigger chains equals bigger cut. Marketing cost split 60-40. Captain Whammon, game over. So boom. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you like there.
Oh, no, for sure.
John T. Net's always bringing us amazing insight from across the pond. So
yeah, unfortunately, I wish there was a way to track actual ticket sales, but they don't release that information. I wonder why. I bet there's a way to find it, but it doesn't surprise me they don't release that stuff to the public, because guess what the public can then do? Oh, let me take that number, take the average ticket price, multiply it. Oh, wait a minute. Why is this not matching up exactly the way that it should? Oh, there's some money missing here. So I think that you would probably have to dive into their actual official financial statements, which I'm sure would be a giant headache even for someone like me to dive into, because good God, Disney, how much they make in every single revenue stream they have is probably insane. But yeah, it's sad. There's really no way to track the actual tickets unless you were to call every single theater and ask them, how many tickets did you sell? Which
never going to happen.
Quite a task. So
yeah, never going to happen. Lane, you are welcome. Says, thank you, Jeremy. You are welcome. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. All right. So I find where I'm at. Comrade Commodore with the flex emoji, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Hexbox. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, okay. Hexbox says Captain Marvel has the traction of a carpet marble. Dorjack says $5 super chat. Thank you so much. DM, are you familiar with the Rogue Mystique Captain Marvel storyline from the comics? X-Men could be coming to the MCU soon. I've already heard those reports. Please, for the love of God, recast Anna Paquin as Rogue.
You don't like her?
No, Rogue was so hot in the comics, and Anna Paquin is the most basic white girl that's ever existed in the history of basic white girls.
You're so toxic,
so basic. Like God. Rogue is mother effing hot in the comics, God. And I didn't say hot, like HAWT. Like, come on, and Anna Paquin, come on, seriously. So
I think Anna Paquin is a lovely young lady, and
if you're looking for a Starbucks employee, yes, she is. But if you're looking for Rogue from the X-Men, no, she's not. That's just how it is.
Lord.
All right. Where are we at? Modalicious says Adam Warlock is journalist, orange, and gold person. To Hollywood, just make the damn book into a movie. Your script is already written for you. Deadly Raver says Captain Marvel is the strongest hero in the MCU. Thanos is sitting here like, man, I could have won this whole thing with one finger instead of two. Exactly. And Lord Admiral Spire. Beautiful. There is only one solution, Exterminus for Warhammer 40K. Vince and repeat, how much did it cost to produce Captain Marvel? Odin? All right, so we've got almost 1,600 people watching. You're probably tuned in because of the headline here, so we're going to do a recap of everything that we're talking about. What spurred this is an article from Deadline that I did a video on. And so so this article right here, hang on. Dang it. Let's see. And share. Okay. So right here, this is from Deadline, and it says Captain Marvel will, and it's talking about today's box office numbers. This is based on today's box office numbers. All right. So it's talking about that it's at $524 million as of today, because I think it did 14 million, which was the second best day in March history.
In March. Oh my gosh. Women's Month. Women's Month, everybody.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a monumental achievement that nobody else was ever going to nobody was ever.
Where's the women respecter?
Nobody was ever going to get the second best day in March until Captain Whammon came. So anyway, so these are on today's numbers. Now, if you look at the budget, if you look at the industry standard, what do you got? You got what? You got this right here. 524 million? No, actually 500 million would have already broken even. But it says Captain Marvel will pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million. Huh. So, Odin, the floor is yours, sir.
So once again, as we've been covering it, this Deadline article is very poorly worded because based on another article from Deadline, it tells us that the entire cost, production, and also marketing was $300 million. If you were to assume that $300 million is the accurate number, and if we were also to assume that Disney is going to take the standard box office take of 60% of its entire total, then at that point, if it makes $500 million in the box office receipts, guess what? It makes back $300 million in actual gains, meaning it breaks even. So if they've already admitted that 524 million is what the worldwide total is now, but then they go on to say that it will pass the break-even point on the way to 750, well then is 750 the break-even? Is it past 524? Are there numbers that are not being accounted for? Are there tickets that just came out of nowhere? Are there ferries that are just flying around, changing the numbers every single week, changing the bar every single week? So that way we can get closer to breaking that, that fake glass ceiling that Hillary was trying to break, but then never got to because she lost. and they just can't get over that. They have to win something, Jeremy. They have to win something.
Well, like I said in my video, they're kind of using the ESPN logic to LeBron James and his statistics to Captain Marvel now, because they invent statistics for LeBron James now, where they basically like LeBron James is the first player in NBA history to score 10 points at 3 minutes and 22 seconds in the second quarter when 4 children walked into the second row of the third section seat with 3 minutes to go. It's an amazing accomplishment that LeBron did. And actually, he just broke another record because a child ate a double cheeseburger as he dunked it. This was a new record for LeBron. So that's what they're doing for Captain Marvel now, where it's like, like I said in my video, like, this is the #1 opening for a black male lead character that has an eye patch, but then also started out the movie without an eye patch. A historical achievement for African Americans. It's just like, oh my God, man. Like, it's just, they're inventing things now to celebrate. When, honestly, everybody, 1,650 of you right now, how many times have you ever heard a goddamn movie get celebrated for being the second best fucking day of a goddamn month? When's the last time that happened? Like, when's the Ant-Man opened up? Ant-Man and the Wasp is the 7th best day in the history of April. What an achievement from the white male himself, Paul Rudd. It's never happened. It's never happened.
And I said this in another video too about Alita Battle Angel. It just makes me so sad that movie, which arguably speaking from an objective standard is a better made film, just got completely ignored and treated like any other standard film. And it's that moment, and of course you can find other moments, but it's that moment you realize just how in the tank critics are for certain films. Because when you look at Rotten Tomatoes and you look at the words and what they're saying about Captain Marvel, you end up seeing that there's a lot of the same critiques about Captain Marvel that there were about Alita Battle Angel, and yet they overwhelmingly gave lower marks to Alita Battle Angel. So it's interesting that you can have the same exact arguments, and in some cases, and this was the best thing that I exposed, you had some critics who gave the same score, but for one movie, it was a fresh rating, and for another movie, it was a rotten rating. So it's interesting to me, and guess which one got the fresh rating? Captain Marvel. So it's interesting to me how the critics have really just shown their true colors here by basically artificially bloating this number. Because remember, the Rotten Tomatoes critics number, that's not an actual rating. What that means is that 79% of people who actually submitted reviews clicked on a fresh button. When you actually look to the average rating, guess what it's at? It's at a 68%. You know what that is in school? For those that didn't go to school, for those that get in school, that's a failing grade.
Booyah.
That's an F. But we can't talk about that. No, but it says 80. It says 79%, 80%. It's a fine film. No. That's a fake number. Because guess what? A critic can give any review at once. And also keep this in mind. Many critics don't use grading scales. So they could say, I'm being critical of this film. It's the middle of the road, but I'm going to check off the fresh rating. Guess why? Because that's the number that matters. And that's how we know they're in the pocket. And that's why I love Gary over on Nerdrotic's channel. He has like, dude, seriously, I've been listening to his podcast like nonstop because ever since I found out he put up his YouTube, his videos and live streams with podcasts, I'm like, yes, I need more of this. But he did a great video where he exposed the Sci-Fi Wire controversy of the guy admitting that he's like, hey, all critics at some point in their career play softball with a review. And it's like, oh, really? So you've now just admitted that there are critics out there that that aren't honest in their reviews of movies. Interesting. Very interesting. But you're going to go after the audience score and say, oh, well, that's just made up. That's just fake news. That's just fake garbage. Those are trolls. When the actual trolls themselves who are skewing numbers in certain directions are the critics themselves, which is why we need a new website. So
that's right. That's exactly right. And, it's really what this comes down to is Alita and Captain Marvel. I'm talking to everybody, all of you non-white males. I'm talking to you right now. Okay. Alita and Captain Marvel. This is a microcosm of the world in general. Okay. And this is what I've been saying for a year now, over a year now. If you are a woman and if you are a minority, if you do not fit their political message, you are nothing to them. You mean absolutely nothing to them. Your existence, your race, your gender, your humanity is irrelevant to them. Alita, A great film with a female lead character was completely ignored. Why? Because it didn't have the political messaging that they wanted it to have. Therefore, it didn't matter. Captain Marvel, by all accounts, a boring, average film, had the political messaging that they wanted from the lead actress and from the marketing. They've propped it up to be the greatest thing of all time. That is the truth right there. That is the absolute truth. If you don't fit their political talking points, your humanity is irrelevant to them. And more people are starting to wake up to that every single day. You're seeing it all over the place. You see people like Candace Owens, you just get railroaded by these people. You know, what do they always look for? They're looking for a strong African-American woman until the strong African-American woman is actually strong and African-American and actually stands up for what she wants to say. Suddenly, then they turn her into a Nazi, you know? And we see it all over the place. Kanye, which I've never been the biggest Kanye fan, but Kanye's always been crazy. Like, not sure if everybody's been paying attention. Kanye's always been crazy. But he only became crazy to the mainstream when he put on a red Make America Great Again hat. That's when he became crazy to the mainstream. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was always great to them because he got up there and said George Bush hates black people. And by the way, I hate George Bush, by the way. Can't stand George Bush. So I didn't have a problem with him saying that because I really hated George Bush. But the point was when he talked...
I'd like to have lunch with him. He seems like a lunch guy.
That's why that stupid ass got elected, because people are like, I don't know about his politics, and I know he's failed at everything he's done, but his daddy was president. I'd like to have a beer with him. That's not why you elect people. You don't elect people because you want to have a beer with them. That's why he got elected. George Bush failed at everything he ever did. He failed at everything he ever did. But because people want to have a goddamn beer with him, he got elected. All right, sorry.
And just updates, because I see a lot of people putting the Rotten Tomatoes stuff. So yeah, currently, as I said, because we know the Rotten Tomatoes numbers are fake, so the tomato meter with 406 reviews is at 79%, certified fresh. But the critics rating is 6.18 out of 10, which is 68%, which is not good. And then you have a fresh audience rating at 62% now, but an average rating of 2.9 out of 5, which is a 58%. Oh, interesting. I know. Basically, Rotten Tomatoes is full of it. They cook their numbers so that way they can protect their films with their arbitrary numbers and their arbitrary rating system. So, and also on top of that, you still can't post new reviews. I'm still trying to put my 2.5 star review. And yeah, that's a pretty fair review, I would say. 2.5. I would say that's a pretty fair. I'm not trying to downvote it. I'm not trying to troll it. I'm just trying to get my honest opinion. But apparently, I can't do that. So
it's not allowed on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, it's not.
Basically, if your opinion goes against what the opinion is expected to be, you are a bot and a troll. Now, I call these Captain Marvel bots because that's exactly what they are. They all have this. They were all created, in this year with their Brie Larson avatars, and they talk about how they've always. I've always been such a fan of Captain Marvel. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Nobody's been a fan of Captain Marvel. And then they just try to troll bomb my website, and then I turn that around to making it the most successful day we've ever had. Because that's how you use these people. You use their stupidity. Okay, let me see. Rogue, let's see. Gene the Machine. Rogue got more women when she absorbed Captain Marvel. Or what? Rogue got more hot when she absorbed Captain Marvel. Rogue can't get any hotter from the comics. She's a 10. I'm just saying. Bread Moth says, look up Dissenter. You can comment on anything you want. Leave ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Again, why haven't you heard of it? I've heard of it. I just haven't looked into it. Have you looked into Dissenter?
The Center? What is that?
It's this thing, like, people's been telling me about it like crazy. He just said you can comment on anything you want, leave ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dissenter. Okay. Yeah. I thought you said the Center, and I'm like, the Center?
Oh, no, Dissenter.
Like for crazy people? No, yeah, Dissenter, I've heard of it. And everyone's pushing it, but it's like, I don't need to be able to make comments, though. Like, that to me is like, I can make comments on anything. Like, that's why I made my own website, because guess what? You can make comments on it. But Dissenter, I was just like, it's a good idea. It's a good idea, but then only people who have Dissenter can see the comments. So I don't know. It's a good idea, but I think there's a little bit more that can be done with it. I can't wait. I'm more excited to see where it goes in the future than what it is now.
Okay, good stuff. Motolicious says, so when do we get a Condor Man remake? It's not woke enough. It's not woke enough. You already know that. It's not woke enough. I'm surprised. Hell, at some point we may not even have Batman and Superman anymore because it's just like, or they're going to change their race and gender. Trooper Bear FN 2525 750 million probably is the number they need to break even with censorship tactics used for Captain Whammon. We all know the Flurkin beats up Thanos. Yeah, God. I mean it's true though. It's true.
I will say though, the Flurkin. I'm so glad the Flurkin exists because now there's an entirely new expression that we can use. Yeah, they'll let you do anything. Grab them by the Flurkin. Yeah, anything. They'll let you do anything. So seriously, go grab them by the Flurkin, everybody. That's all I gotta
say. Midnight Eye says, just curious, do you know if Scott Pilgrim versus the World was before Brie went batshit crazy? That's the only movie she's in I won't avoid like the plague. It was. I haven't followed Brie Larson's career that closely. At some point, everybody gets to a point where they have a sense of entitlement or whatever. So they get to a comfort level of being their true self or whatever you want to get to, you know what I mean? But you have to walk the line to get to that point. And it's kind of like me, like my plan for Geeks and Gamers, when I created Geeks and Gamers, my plan was to, build it and then get to a point where I could become the person you all see now. You know what I mean? But I wanted to build it by being the politically correct guy that kind of built my team and built my foundation. My intent was to put a lot of far left-leaning people on my team because I can handle it. I can handle the different opinions. And I knew I needed them to offset me. Unfortunately, they couldn't handle me when I started being myself. That was too scary for them. Actually, it wasn't too scary for me to be myself behind the scenes, actually. Interestingly enough, behind the scenes, they knew I was a Trump supporter. Behind the scenes, they knew all of my honest thoughts. When I decided to go public with my political beliefs and my honest thoughts on Hollywood, that's when the far left-leaning people on my team decided, we can't be here anymore. We can't be associated with a Trump supporter. No. That's too scary. It's too toxic. So the point is,
diversity, though. Seriously.
Never trust social justice warriors.
It's so important. Diversity is wonderful. Oh, wait, you don't agree with me? Then, oh, no, I can't do it. No, I can't.
God. So my point is that Brie Larson's probably always been like this, but there was a certain point where she probably had to be politically correct and, do what she needed to do to get her career to where she wanted it to be. And then she could get on her platform and her soapbox and do that. So Kyle Jordan Gaming, LeBrian Jameson. That's fun. LeBrian Jameson is funny. Max 227. The cost of the seats that Disney bought for themselves. That's what I was saying. I mean, it was just my opinion, though. Just my opinion that I'm not supposed to give as Gloria Borgia. I understand that. I apologize. The Shiado actors that can contract for percentage of gross because they know studios cook the books. I don't know specifically what point you were trying to make. I don't know what we were talking about at that time, but it's true. It's true. Let's see. JC Rivers. But Jeremy, Odin, don't you guys want to see Captain Marvel 2, The Ret of Khan? Stay stronger, true believers, and God bless. Thank you, JC Rivers. Appreciate that.
Eric Rhodes, I have an amazing Trump impression. How dare you?
Ooh.
I'm offended. I am offended by that. My Trump impression is wonderful. It's glorious. I don't care what you have to say.
Timon FLP says, can't see Alita, no screening left within 200-kilometer radius. Well, it's very upsetting. I hate to hear that. If and when you do get a chance to watch Alita, highly recommended by myself and another toxic white male, Odin, we're really intimidated by women in movies, but for some reason we just continue to praise Alita.
Yeah, so and it's estimated to have a May release on DVD and Blu-ray, so I would say it's definitely worth a buy.
It definitely is. Eric Hawk, intersectionality is a social poison. No exceptions. No exceptions at all. And again, I see you guys talking about this Robert Storms guy. I've responded to that guy, but like I said, at this point, just go watch Film Gob's video on him. I don't know what the title of it was, but I mean, that guy, I'm starting to think he's got a crush on me. and I'm really kind of not really that's kind of disturbing, just a little bit disturbing, but he keeps doing impressions of me. He's even added the headphones, which is fantastic, by the way, when he does his impression of me. Oh, where's Ahsoka? I took Ahsoka down when I had to move my microphone bit up. There's Ahsoka right there. Boom. There we go. Ahsoka has returned. The great Ahsoka. Jacob's Quest says he has a crush on me. That's even a little more disturbing.
He's obsessed, dude. Like seriously, he's been in the chat all night, and he's like, I'm leaving. I think I've gotten all the attention that I need, and it's like, good on you, man. With your 15. All right. This is when Jacob's Quest. I don't know if you're still here, but this is when you know you have a problem. No, guess how many. All right, he has 130 followers. Guess how many tweets he has.
How many?
15.6 thousand.
Whoa.
That's when you're insane and you need help. So you need to go to school. So Jacob's Quest is to go to school and then get help. All right. Once you go on that journey, once you finish that quest, please come back to us.
Oh man, Benito, I see you, Benito. I see you in the chat, and I appreciate it. Brad Noble says, "Screw you guys, I'm leaving." Why, Brad? Brad, don't leave, Brad. We're here for you, buddy. Jacob's Quest says, "Will you be my teacher?" The Rookie Critic, you guys have done great covering the tomatoes. My Rotten Tomatoes versus Fandom Menace skit is almost done. I'm including sound bites from you guys. Glad to hear that. Indeed. So we appreciate that. The Assassination of Robert Storms by Robert Storm. Okay, is that the Film Gob title? Look, man, if you guys like, again, I can't do any better than what Film Gob has done. Film Gob really, really destroyed Robert Storms. I just think it's hilarious. So I responded to him on a couple of live streams, and I even commented on one of his videos. He never responded to me because why would he? Because this type of person he is. Same with what's his name? Urban Acolyte. I mean,
hold on, Steph. This is a message from Steph and Tina. They don't like using his name. They don't like giving his name promotion. So we just call him UA. Because he's not worth our time. So
nice. I'm down with that.
And also Ryan, I agree with you. Jacob does just want us to grab him by the florkin. So Jacob's Quest, I'm sorry, man, but I don't fly that way, man. I'm sorry. So you can go and talk to your little soy boy friends, and I'm sure one of them will do it for you. So, yeah.
So UA, I like that. We'll just say that from now on. No, but I mean, I don't mind responding to somebody here or there. I'm not going to continuously respond to them because at that point, it's counterproductive to me. I do enjoy making a video on people. Response, typically a live stream, because it generates a lot of revenue, and that's the thing that makes them, like, these people get really angry when you earn money from their stupidity. Like, they get really mad, and I think that's the best way to make them look stupid. So usually when somebody says something, or like these idiot Marvel bots, when they do stupid stuff, I like to go live and I like to put them on blast because it really aggravates them when they see people. They can't stand capitalism. They can't stand it. Josiah, do you want on? I can throw you a link, buddy. They really hate it. And I'll get back to the super chats. If you're just joining us, we will do a recap really quick. Give me a few, and we'll do a recap if you're trying to figure out what the hell we're talking about. We've got some juicy information, actually. So let's see here. Boom. All right. So you're just joining us. We got 1,500 people watching. So basically what's going on is I did a video here on the channel where I was talking about this new article from Deadline. Okay. Deadline talked about Captain Marvel's box office, and Deadline said in the article, Captain Marvel will break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million worldwide. So I'm like, wait a minute. We'll pass break even in the theatrical window by the end of the week with $750 million. What the hell? That doesn't make sense. Captain Marvel should have already passed break even by every industry standard based on the numbers that have been reported. So what is going on here? Does Deadline have some new information? Does Deadline know what the budget was for the Disney Rotten Tomatoes deal? Does Deadline have the information for how many fake tickets Disney purchased for opening weekend? Inquiring minds want to know. So, Odin? What do you think,
Sorry,
buddy?
I just keep getting distracted. So Venom says, "You mad, incel? She will even break more soon. She will even break even more soon." So I'm starting to see a trend here where we have some people in the chat who are very, very poorly educated, and as I said to Jacob's quest, his quest is to get educated and then get help. Venom, I would say that you should probably follow a similar journey as well. But anyway, as we said before, just recapping, sorry for the distraction, but recapping. So basically, we know based on the numbers from Deadline, according to Deadline's numbers, the entire cost of Captain Marvel, when you include marketing, was $300 million. It's kind of a little too round for me, so I don't really quite trust that. But let's assume that that's the case. If that's the case, it needs to make, therefore, at the box office, $500 million in order to break even. It's already made that, and yet now Deadline, who has also put the $300 million number out there, and therefore the $500 million break-even number, is now saying even at $524 million, it hasn't broken even yet. So somewhere between $524 and $750 is the break-even. Now $750 the break-even? Are there numbers that we're not seeing? That's the questions that we're asking. Now, what do I honestly think? I honestly think I thought this thing broke even at $400 million because I didn't know they spent that much on marketing. But damn, they spent way too much on marketing for this film. And so, yeah, basically we're dealing with a film that is, in the end, going to break even. Only that means with such a higher break-even number, the profit margins are going to be that much smaller. So,
tis true. So John Campia debunked this already on the show. Did he also debunk the fact that he said Aquaman was going to get its clock cleaned by Mary Poppins?
Oh, it shouldn't release in December.
Bumblebee?
It shouldn't release in December. That's a really bad move. It's guys. No, Aquaman is not gonna make $1 billion. Releasing in December is not a good idea. There's so much competition. Yeah, great job on that one. You know what the funny thing too is? I don't think he ever ate crow on that. I ate crow when Captain Marvel made a lot of money because it made a lot more than my expectations. I said, "Hey guys, I was wrong," but I also said it could make more because guess what? I'm not an asshat like him who's like, "Oh, I'm in the industry and so therefore I know everything." Yeah, no, you're the one. True. You're the coward that ran away from Twitter because you couldn't handle the heat. So you went to the safety of Instagram. Great job. Good for you, bud.
Oh, yeah. He admitted he was wrong about some of his predictions. Oh, did he? Did John Campy admit he was wrong? Did he also admit that me and my pool house is about to pass him in subs and is getting twice the views of his channel, his hot shot Hollywood studio that he's in? Did he admit that? Huh? Did he admit that he shook my hand at Star Wars Celebration in Orlando? And basically, when I had like no following, he's like, yeah, run along, sport. I'm John Campia. I'm so much more important than you. And now my stupid ass is sitting in my pool house getting more views than him in his his hotshot Hollywood studio with all of his graphics, and he always has to bring in the token Whammon to read all of his super chats because apparently he can't read his own fucking super chats. He has to bring a lesser woman, to make her do his job for him because he's too good to read super chats. So I got to hire eye candy to read my super chats for me because I respect women, but I'm just going to hire them to be eye candy to read my super chats because I'm too good to read super chats because I'm John Campia. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, let me see. Forever sci-fi. Screw getting a beer with Bush. Clinton is the wingman if you want because he'd take the uglier chick. Also, Scarlet, Lady J, or Cover Girl. All right. First of all, Bill Clinton.
It depends on what your definition of flirking is.
Oh man. All right. Scarlet, Lady J, or Cover Girl. Can it only be one of those three? If it's going to be one of those three, I was always a Scarlet guy. I liked Scarlet growing up. All three are great, but Jinx would be my choice overall. I just, Jinx. I've got my Jinx action figure back here. Jinx was in G.I. Joe the movie. I like Jinx. Jinx is awesome. Tony Rankin, what's up, Tony? Hey guys, I have a crush on both of you, but I need to go get some sleep. Jeremy's been keeping me up too late every night, and that sounds worse than I thought it would. Well, you're female, so I'm not too weirded out by the comments. So thank you, Tony.
Totally correct to me, Tony.
Let's see. The Wise Racing 18 Racing. I wonder what Disney is board member or what Disney board members are thinking about all of this. Well, You'd have to be a fly on the wall because there's no way in hell they're actually going to say anything publicly. So let me go get my people want to know who's Jinx. Let me go get my Jinx action figure really quick. Odin, you got the floor.
All right, gotcha. So anyway, for anyone that has joined, welcome everybody. And we are talking about a deadline article. I see some people in chat saying, no, they're not saying the break-even number is $750 million. That's not what they're saying. That's not what we're saying either. Notice the question mark in the title of this video. That's one of the reasons why we put it there, was because we knew that people would see 750 million, it would freak out. But guess what that does? It means that you're now watching the stream. It means that you're now giving attention to the stream.
What happened?
Oh, I'm just talking about how there's some people in the chat saying it's not $750 million. That's not the break-even point. And I'm like, hey, guess what? And we did exactly then. The title did exactly what it was supposed to do and brought you here. And you just gave Geeks and Gamers a nice little view. So
yes,
appreciate you. And all we're saying is that the information in the article doesn't really make any sense based on the numbers that they've given. That's what we're pointing out. And it seems to indicate that there's a lot of money going around that is at least either unaccounted for or is being made up and changed on a daily, weekly basis. That's all we're pointing out.
True that. True that. So that's Jinx right there. She's awesome. She's a ninja. She's a badass. And yeah, big fan of Jinx. So watch G.I. Joe the movie. And I wish that I had all of my G.I. Joes stolen from me years ago. I have had a couple of our viewers actually send me quite a few G.I. Joes. Cobra Viper sent me some. Really cool, man. I mean, Gung Ho. I got like the 80, I think he's 81 or 82 Gung Ho, which I never owned growing up. Which that was just unbelievable to me that I have Gung Ho now. So yeah, good stuff. All right. So and then is that it? Nope. John Joseph Gray says, hey, Jeremy, I think that Captain Marvel will not break even because of Dumbo and Shazam. Yeah, you said that earlier. So when did we find out when Dumbo's opening?
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up right now because actually I have that listed.
Do I have Storm Shadow? Yes, I have Storm Shadow. I have the
March 29th.
Okay, March 29th.
Yep, I will post. And you know what, guys? I'll post. So some people have been asking. So I have like a very, 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 very bare bones website that I'm adding to every single day. But I have a page for that movie. So you can click a thumbs up if you're interested, thumbs down if you're not. And when the movie comes out, guess what, guys? You can leave a rating and I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to delete it. And oh my God, guess what, too? You can leave a review. And unless you're like just being a total asshat saying, man, I never saw the movie. Man, if you leave just a review, like it or hate it, I'm not going to delete it. So anyway, that's for you guys. So again,
yeah, and I have version 2 Storm Shadow, and I have version 2 Snake Eyes. Version 2 Snake Eyes. That's the second one that came with Timber, and version 2 Storm Shadow. I did have version 1 Storm Shadow, but he was stolen, and that's a hard one to find in good shape. So I'm still looking for it. So yeah, but I love me some G.I. Joes. So all right.
I have the better action figure here, actually. Her name is Rose Tico.
Oh,
she is amazing.
The viewership just dropped.
When she gets her own... No, listen to me. When she gets her own show on Disney Plus streaming service, I will be watching it opening night, and I will do a live stream opening night, and we will all praise and give love to Rose Tico. And she's a lovely, lovely person. So everyone, Potato Sack, go support her. Buy her action figures. Guys, they're available. Actually, I scratched that. Ethan Meskyver has bought them all, but if you can find them, they might be, 90% off, but I can tell you, they're priceless. All right, that's all I have to say about my Rose Tico.
Oh boy. And the Dark Jedi says Rotten Tomatoes was selected by the woke side of the Marvel fan base. They helped the Disney empire hunt down and destroy the honest fans. They betrayed and murdered your free speech. I got to read that one again. That's great. Rotten Tomatoes was seduced by the woke side of the Marvel fan base. They helped the Disney empire hunt down and destroy the honest fans. They betrayed and murdered your free speech. I like that. That's good. That's good. I didn't catch on to what that quote was playing off of at first. John Joseph Gray. Oh, thanks again, Jeremy. Have a great night. Thank you, sir. You have a great night as well, and we appreciate your support. And the shout out to all of the viewers that stayed through the Rose Tico monologue. Is very tough. I really appreciate that.
I didn't even put on the Australian voice because this actually was sent to me from a subscriber from Australia. So I call her Aussie Rose Tico. Hi, everybody. My name's Aussie Rose Tico. It's very nice to meet you. I have a great TV series coming out next year. It's going to be amazing. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ozzy. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Brian Andrade says the missing money is going towards Brie Larson's ass implants. John Barry, high council and low council equals medium council. I like it. You guys rock. Preach. That's pretty good. 21 Vic Roy says, careful with super chat. If system detects your comment is bad by its standards, only 30% will go to YouTube channel or 70% is what I heard. Well, yeah, there are if people send a super chat that I feel is not what YouTube's going to deem appropriate, I just won't read it. So because if you're stupid enough to want to troll me and try to make me say something dumb by spending your money, well, then I'm just going to not read your super chat and I'm still going to take your money.
Take the damn money. Yeah, that's right.
So because that is something that trolls are doing. And I'm not saying people like that are supportive of the channel would do this, but I'm saying there are people that are dumb that will go, I'm going to troll him by giving him money and making him say these words. And so I just won't say the words and I'll take your fucking money and I'll put more gas in my toxic masculinity car and I'll drive it really fast. Really fast. Okay. Where are we at? Michael Ploman says they spent 175 million making it, 100 million promoting it, and then bought probably 175 million in tickets worldwide. Oh, that's good. Jeremy's above average wing. Jeremy's above average ween. $1 super chat. Thank you. Wild Panther. Bad Odin and Jeremy. You cheated. You know SJWs and millennials don't know what question mark is or means.
Yes, that's right, because it's a symbol of the patriarchy. I forgot about that. Damn it.
Party on, Sparty 18. Shut up and take my money. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. So we're probably gonna wrap this up here soon. Odin. So Odin, did you get to 1,000 on Welcome to Asgard?
Yes, got to 1,000, and I'm at 15,524 on the regular channel. So thank you for all the new subs from tonight. And thank you again for helping the other channel get to over 1,000. Appreciate it. Seriously.
Very nice. Very nice.
Jeremy's above average ween. I'll go ahead and say this one just to save you. Have you heard the story of Mike Hunt? Mike Hunt?
Oh boy. Good stuff. Have you had Bread Moth says, have you had the pleasure of watching the original Star Wars on Laserdisc? I have not, but I do have this. Where's it at? Hang on. Get it. All right, there we go. I do have these though. I just bought these recently. So right there, check it out. Is that not a beauty right there? Look at that. Look at that. And one of my all-time favorite movies, Crimson Tide, Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman, based on Alabama, Roll Tide, Roll Tide. But yeah, man. So pretty cool. But I have not watched them because I don't have a player. So, but I would like to. I would definitely like to. So, all right. And Silius Goose says, I'm deploying soon. I hope while I'm gone, you guys don't go full retard. Let's see. Be sure to do your squats. Well, first of all, have a safe deployment. We appreciate your service. We do mean that with all sincerity. And, you know, I'm very, very big on respecting law enforcement, military people. Not because I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and tell you I'm like some mega patriotic person and all that shit, because I'm not. But what I do respect is that people are willing to do the jobs that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to be in law enforcement. I don't want to be in the military. That's not what I've ever wanted to do. And when I know there are people out there that are willing to do that job, to put their lives on the line for my safety, then I respect the fuck out of you. And that's just me being straight up. Now, I know there's a narrative about cops and all that shit. Fuck you if you are disrespecting our cops. Fuck you. Yes, there's a couple of asshole cops. That's normal for any industry. But the 99% of cops are amazing people, and they have jobs, they have lives, they have families, and it's bullshit that they have to go out there and feel like their life is at risk. Like, I got pulled over on my way back from Orlando a few days ago. What is the first thing I do when I get pulled over? What's the first thing I do? I let my window down. I put my hands on my steering wheel and I spread my fingers. That way, when the fucking cop is walking up, he doesn't have to start asking questions in his own mind, like, what is this guy doing? Why is he fumbling around in his glove box? Why is his window not down? You know, you make the situation as easy as you can for that cop, because he is approaching with the thinking that maybe you're going to do something. You need to show him that you're not there to do anything. You're there to be respectful. You're there to answer questions. You're there to say yes, sir, no, sir. You're there to present any information that is requested upon you. And I promise you, if you're not a fucking criminal and you do that shit, you're not going to get your ass beat. It's that simple. Period. But I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of that narrative. So your deployment, we wish you the best. Have a safe deployment. We appreciate your service. And that goes for all the cops and all of the military members out there. We appreciate everything you do for us. So, and just for all the people, and for all the people that are out there rescuing animals too. Your badass is awesome. All right, go ahead, Odin.
I was just going to say, there's a person in the chat, and at first he was on Twitter, and the first thing he sent me on Twitter was Rent. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
From Spider-Man, yes. Dinkovich, and it says, Rent? Peter Parker's behind on his payments. Perhaps you can help me find him. He's a good boy, though. And I'm just like, best.
He's always hitting my comment section. It's so great. I love it.
But also, too, I also have something amazing. These are the specialized edition Star Wars. So, therefore, these are how they were originally meant to be seen in 1080p video quality.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
oh, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Ooh,
sometimes I give these away on my channel. So if you ever want to be around for a giveaway, hey, I give these away. So
hey, I'm coming to New Orleans next week. So
do you not have copies?
So, no, I don't.
I will burn you some copies then.
Yeah, boy. Dan A says, I got roasted by Red Letter Media. And that is true. I did. And I also nutted in your mom's mouth immediately after. So it was all evened out. So there you go. So all right. So, God damn it, more super chats. Let me see. Trooper Bear FN255 says, get ready for America Chavez, Riri Williams, She-Thor, She-Hulk, Gamora, Black Widow, Wasp, and the rumored A-Force film. Don't hug them without consent. Well, first of all, I will take any film with Gamora in it, because I love Zoe Saldana, and I don't even mean that because she's attractive, because she is smoking hot. I think she does genuinely great job as Gamora. I really do. I think she's fantastic. She's one of my favorite MCU characters, period. I love Gamora. I love Zoe Saldana as Gamora. So yeah, man. And yeah, as far as Red Letter Media, man, I am so happy Red Letter Media mentioned me. I am so happy. I asked them to continue to mention me. I appreciate that. Okay. Lee Cole says, hey, did a video and had an SJW so pissed they tracked my Facebook to comment while I took my daughter to see a movie. I'm such a toxic male. Wow. I mean, I've had them do. Look, man. You know, if you are in any type of online space like this, you have to put your personal profiles on lockdown completely, man. These people are crazy. I've had them come after me. I've had them do despicable things to me. And they know no bounds. They know no limits. They have no conscience, and they will say and do anything they can. And it's just it's a sad situation, but that's where we're at with it. So Jeremy's above average ween. Hello, bearded man. I would shake hands, but had no hands, but no hands. What? All right.
Hold on. Let me. Wait. Where is that?
That's the most
bearded man. I would shake hands, but no hands.
No hands. I'm just saying. I don't understand what. Motolicious, the porn parody of Captain Marvel was better. I agree. Haven't seen it, but I agree. So, all right. Odin is needing to pray right now, guys. We've taken the discussion too far away from the Lord, and Odin needs to pray.
Dearest Lord, please watch over Jeremy and this chat. Amen. And they said, wah, man.
Wah man. All right, guys. So thank you all so much. I'll probably re-upload this on my personal channel. So Odin, I appreciate you showing up, buddy. You're always there when I need you, and I really appreciate that. Go subscribe to Odin's movie blog. Also subscribe to Welcome to Asgard. If you have links, go ahead and drop those, Stephanie or Odin, real quick, so we can get you some more subs. Congratulations on hitting that 1,000 mark for your secondary channel. Very proud of you. I know that's going to help you out with some of the stuff you're trying to do, and you're doing a great job. Over 15K on your channel. And I'm really proud of you, man. So keep up the
Well,
good work.
thank you for having me on, man. It's always great to be here, and I always love these chats. And it's always nice not to have to read every single chat. And not that I don't like doing that on my channel, but it is nice to be able to step back for a little bit and just read and not have
Hey
to.
man, yeah, the weeks I don't have the high council, I mean, it feels like I was like, man, I can just chill, I can just chill, it's but I'm not complaining because it's great. So keep those turbos spinning, you damn right. Keep those. I don't drive my car that hard though. Like, I mean, my car, it's a 91. You know what I mean? Like it's car. It's got some years on it, and I will tell you point blank. When I do get on it, I mean, I can just watch the dollars coming out of my pocket. Like I watch the gas gauge drop every time I jump on this car. I mean, it is, but I don't. And again, people are like, you should race. And I used to do street racing when I was younger, man. I'm just happy to be alive after all the stupid shit I did when I was in my early 20s. I used to do some stupid shit. I'm really lucky to be here. So I don't like to street race anymore. I do like to drive fast when I'm just in my controlled environment, but I've seen too many stupid things happen with racing. You look at Paul Walker. I mean, Paul Walker is a fantastic driver. He wasn't driving that night, but he was with someone else that was a very experienced driver, and they're both dead now. And and I'm at a point in my life where, I'm lucky that I got through that time frame in my life of doing that stupid shit, and it was really stupid, and I got in some really stupid situations that I just shouldn't have been in, but I'm glad that I made it through that. And I'm not going to put myself in a situation I can't control like that again, because if you're racing someone else, you never know what they're going to do. These things have a lot of power, and if you're inexperienced, it just takes one overcorrection, boom, you're done. And it just I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was, but I'm still not going to do it. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for the support, and subscribe to Odin's Movie Blog. You guys have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Later.